If your sum is stuck, it's usually not the formula. It's the cells. Excel can look at a value that appears to be a number and still treat it like text, so sum quietly skips it. The result is a total that's just a little too small, and it's hard to spot why. In this video, you'll learn the fastest ways to detect the problem and the safest ways to fix it without breaking your sheet. We'll cover the two biggest culprits: numbers stored as text and hidden spaces. Then we'll handle tricky cases like imported data, apostrophes, non-breaking spaces, and inconsistent decimal separators. I'll also show you a quick proof step so you can confirm the fix before you trust the total. By the end, you'll have a simple checklist you can reuse anytime sum ignores cells, even in large datasets. Let's start with how to recognize the issue in seconds. Next step. First, you need a quick way to confirm that Excel is skipping values. A simple test is to select the range and check the status bar sum, then compare it to what you expect. If it's off, don't guess. Identify the non-numbers. One fast clue is alignment. By default, numbers align right and text aligns left, though formats can mask this. Another clue is the green triangle error indicator that often appears for numbers stored as text. You can also use a helper formula like ISText on the suspicious cells, or ISNumber to find which ones Excel can actually calculate. If you're dealing with a mix, count them. Count will count numeric cells. Counta counts non-empty, and the gap tells you something is being treated as text. This step matters because it prevents random fixes. You'll know exactly what you're correcting and how big the problem is. Next step. Now let's tackle the most common scenario: numbers stored as text. This often happens after pasting from a website, exporting from a system, or importing a CSV. The quickest fix, when Excel flags it, is to select the range, click the warning icon, and choose Convert to Number. That's fast, but it doesn't always appear, and it doesn't handle every edge case. Another reliable method is text to columns. Even if you don't need to split anything, you can select the column, run text to columns, choose Delimited, then finish without selecting delimiters. Excel reinterprets the values and often converts them to real numbers. A third option is paste special with a multiply by 1 trick, which forces numeric conversion in bulk. The key idea is simple. You're not changing what the cells look like. You're changing the underlying data type so sum can include it. Next step. Let's break down the paste special method, because it's one of the fastest for big ranges. In an empty cell, type the number 1. Copy it. Then select the problem range, choose paste special, and pick multiply. Excel multiplies each cell by 1, so the visible values stays the same, but text numbers usually become real numbers. If you need to be extra safe, do it on a copy of the column first. There's also a divide by 1 version that works the same way. This method is great when you don't have the green warning triangles and text to columns feels heavy. One caution: if the cells contain text that can't be interpreted as numbers, multiply will produce errors. That's actually useful because it reveals which entries are truly messy and need cleaning. After the conversion, run count again to confirm more cells are numeric. Next step. Next culprit: spaces. A single leading or trailing space can turn a number into text, and it's worse with imported data because you might have non-breaking spaces that trim doesn't remove. Start simple. Use trim to remove extra spaces and clean to remove non-printing characters. A common pattern is to wrap them. Equals value trim A2. Value forces Excel to interpret the result as a number. If trim alone doesn't work, you may be dealing with CHAR 160, the non-breaking space often found in web data. In that case, use substitute to replace it with a normal space, then trim, then value. For example, value trim substitute A2 CHAR 160. It looks long, but it's a dependable fix. Once cleaned, you can copy and paste values to replace the originals. Next step. A sneaky variant is the apostrophe. Sometimes a cell begins with a single quote, which tells Excel treat this as text. You might not notice it, because Excel hides the apostrophe in the display. If you click into the formula bar, you'll often see it. Converting to number usually removes it, but not always if other characters are present. Another issue is numbers that include symbols like currency signs, percent signs, or thousand separators copied as text. Excel may keep them as text, depending on the locale and the exact character. The The safest approach is to normalize the text first, then convert. You can use substitute to remove currency symbols, remove commas or spaces used as separators, then apply value. If you're working with negatives shown as parentheses, that can also be text. In that case, you can replace parentheses with a minus sign before conversion. The goal is consistent, plain numeric text that Excel can parse. Next step. Now let's talk about decimal and thousand separators, because this is where people lose a lot of time. If your data uses commas for decimals and your Excel expects a dot, values can become text. Or Excel might misread 1,234 as 1.234 instead of 1,234. Before you fix anything, confirm what the data means. Then choose a conversion method that respects the intended separators. Text to columns is useful here because it can reinterpret numbers based on your system settings. If you need a formula approach, you can substitute the decimal separator and thousand separator into the format Excel expects. Then apply value. For example, remove thousand separators first, then swap the decimal. The order matters. If you do it backwards, you can destroy the number. After conversion, spot check a few values you know well, like 1,000.5 or 12,345.67. Next step. Sometimes some ignore cells because the numbers aren't clean numbers at all. They may include units like 12 kg, notes like approx 10, or IDs that look numeric but should stay text. This is where you decide. Do you want to extract the numeric part, or do you want to exclude those rows from totals? If you need extraction, a simple approach is to remove known unit strings with substitute, then trim, then value. For more complex mixes, you can use a helper column that flags rows as valid numeric entries, using ICE number after conversion. That way, your sum can target only clean values, and you can review the exceptions separately. This is also a good place to use SUMIF or SUMIFs, summing only where the valid flag is true. It's a more controlled workflow than forcing every cell to become a number, especially when the source data is inconsistent. Next step. Here's a fast troubleshooting checklist you can run in under a minute. Step 1. Confirm the issue with count versus counta. Step 2. Identify the pattern. Are the bad cells all from one import, one column, or one copy-paste? Step 3. Choose the lightest fix that matches the cause. If it's plain text numbers, convert to number or multiply by 1 is usually enough. If it's spaces, use trim and possibly the CHAR 160 substitute. If it's separators, use text to columns or controlled substitute swaps. Then step 4. Validate. Don't just trust the new sum. Spot check a few rows and compare totals before and after. Finally, step 5. Lock it in by pasting values, so the fix doesn't depend on helper formulas forever. This approach keeps you from randomly trying 5 different tricks and hoping one works. You'll diagnose, fix, and verify with confidence. Next step. Let's also cover one more reason totals look wrong. The cells might be numbers, but the formula range is missing them. This happens after inserting rows, filtering, or copying a sum down a column. So before you keep cleaning data, confirm the sum range includes all rows you intend. Another related issue is hidden rows and filtered lists. Sum includes hidden rows by default, but subtotal can exclude filtered out rows depending on the function number you use. If your goal is sum only what's visible, subtotal or aggregate is the right tool, not sum. This matters because people sometimes think Excel is ignoring cells when it's actually doing exactly what sum does. So treat this as a quick sanity check. Range correct and function correct for the job. Once you're sure the range and function are right, then go back to the text and space fixes with confidence. Next step. If you want to prevent this problem in the first place, focus on how data enters your workbook. When importing, try to set the column data type correctly so numbers come in as numbers. When pasting from external sources, consider pasting values first, then running a quick conversion pass on the entire column. For shared templates, add a validation column that checks is number and flags issues immediately. You can also standardize input with data validation roles, so users can't type 10 with a trailing space or 10 in a numeric field. And if you regularly receive messy data, keep a dedicated cleaning sheet where you run trim, clean, and conversion formulas, then output a clean table for reporting. That separation keeps your reporting formulas simple and reduces surprises. Prevention isn't glamorous, but it saves the most time. Next step. Let's wrap this up into a practical takeaway. When some ignore cells, assume the cells are not truly numeric until proven otherwise. Use isNumber, count, and a quick spot check to confirm. Then fix the root cause. Convert text numbers, remove hidden spaces, handle non-breaking spaces, and normalize separators. If values include units or symbols, decide whether to extract numbers or exclude those rows from totals. And don't forget the boring checks. Your sum range and your choice of sum versus subtotal can create missing totals too. If you want, you can build a small toolkit, one helper column for cleaning, one for a valid flag, and a final sum if that totals only clean values. That's stable, auditable, and easy to maintain. If you found this useful, subscribe for more Excel troubleshooting that focuses on practical fixes, and in the comments, tell me which culprit you run into more often. Small tweaks compound into massive performance gains. Subscribe to catch the next workflow optimization.